Honorable, first off, let me find out from you the way we have gone about this whole arrangement or discussion. What are your thoughts on it? Because I've heard the minority, although they are calling for fair pricing, they are urging calm and diplomatic resolution. So, your thoughts surrounding this matter?
Let me say good morning to you again. It was interesting experiencing you struggling to complete your statement. It just shows where we are on this matter. I recollect seeing a Facebook post of the minister a while ago when he summoned the CEO of MultiChoice and the board chairman to his office. And subsequently, he went on to promise us that he has summoned the group CEO of DStv
from South Africa,
from African market to his office within a week or so. I vividly recollect that, and I thought that alone, the posture of the minister, I thought, well, what is the minister trying to do? It's in our interest. I am a subscriber of DStv. Right. When you go to the minister's Facebook page, he has put on there a schedule that actually compares the pricing of DStv services within the sub-region and on the continent. And I mean, arguably, if that is right, it means that the Ghanaian subscriber is being ripped off. And I agree that the minister should take some steps to ensure that we are getting value for money as subscribers, or Ghana is also not being ripped off. But at what expense? At what expense? Looking at the media landscape, maybe we forget where we have come from. Some 30 years or so, we had just GBC FM then, which operated from morning 7 to 2 p.m. and then we'll come back at 6 and close at 9.
Yeah.
Right? This was happening 30 years ago. Over time, by 1995, we had liberalized the airwaves. We saw the first one. And every time I speak about these things, we have to give some respect to the likes of Charlie Brobst, I mean Dr. Rekubobe, with his Radio Eye issue and all. I mean, we've come very, very, very far. To the extent that today, we have this very diverse media landscape that is also supporting our democracy. That's how come this morning I can leave my home, come and sit on a set like this one, and also profess my opinions on national issues. And so we shouldn't take these things for granted. Along the lines, private initiatives have been very, very significant. Without a private sector, we wouldn't have been able to come this far. Because the hundreds of television stations, the hundreds of radio stations are all private initiatives. And without those initiatives, we wouldn't be having those media landscapes. So sometimes we should be able to find a very good mix. How did we get here? In the attempt of the minister summoning the Ghana management, the Africa management, and all of that. I mean, it's in the interest of the Ghanaian populace. So I find nothing wrong. But you see, what I need to call for is school heads.
Right.
When you need to get something done, there are, I mean, in the words of the late Kwabena, 1,000 ways of killing a cat. I mean, the minister could get this done without antagonizing the other stakeholders within the sector. I think that he could have gone around this in a more civil way, in a way that would have also taking into consideration the operations of the company, the uniqueness of the Ghanaian market, and the environment in which they operate in Ghana. It's very fair for him to compare the pricing in Ghana and other markets. Obviously, one of the things that will jump at you is when you look at the Nigerian market, the size and all of that. But I think that for satellite services, I mean, this is, and the differentiation of the service on the Nigerian market on the Ghanaian, it's not very much, beside the channels. And this is way in the air. But I don't know the other operating overheads that will affect a particular market and how the company is managing that within this environment, within the environment in Ghana. The minister has taken a posture, and that is what is creating the problem. And for a multinational company like DStv, it has to be a win-win situation. But the minister has actually gone to the table with either we get 30% reduction in rates or nothing.
But you don't think he should take a tough stance in a matter like this?
It's fine. It's fine for him, and he should actually take a tough stance. But you see, when you come public with such stance as well, then you make it also a difficult thing to negotiate, because now it's well, if they end the negotiation with 29% reduction, would you say the minister has lost out? Because it's public and it's out there. If they end up with 29, would you say DStv has lost out? And is DStv going to look for other ways to generate the revenue that they are foregoing for reducing the rates? These are all things that, I mean, the minorities issued a statement.
Yeah.
And I am totally in sync with that statement. That look, let's cool heads come to the table.
Yeah.
Let us go to the table with a win-win situation. Let's also consider what the other stakeholders have to give, and what we also have to give, and what we have to gain, and what they also have to gain. It's the only way by which we could make some progress from this point. Are we saying that by Wednesday, if there is no resolution, or if DStv or MultiChoice has not agreed to reduce rates by 30%, as the minister is insisting, are we saying the NCA will go ahead per the directive of the minister to suspend the license of DStv? Are we saying that we could get to that point in 2 days?
But that's what the minister said.
Oh, Nana, you see, my interest in DStv personally is watching football.
Right.
And the Charity Cup is on Sunday. And I don't even want to be put in a situation. So if I want to resolve my problem, you know how I'm going to do this? I'm going to call somebody out there, get him to maybe help me subscribe to the same service from Nigeria. And it's so much on the market these days. DStv itself recognizes. So if you monitor what's happening in social media, they have actually taken steps. For those who have stopped subscribing to their services, they are going back and engaging them. And they intermittently they try to bring in some offers. So you say, okay, subscribe to Compact Plus, I'm going to upgrade you for a month or so. These are all things that the company is doing. I'm not holding brief for the company, because when I see the comparative rates, it jumps at me with the impression that we are being ripped off, and we've been ripped off for too long.
Yeah.
You see, this thing of DStv did not start today. I recollect maybe around 2008, 2009, 2010, there was a competitor, but that competitor had won rights to the EPL, I recollect, at the time. And immediately the subscription of DStv in Ghana dipped. Unfortunately, that company did not survive. It went.
Of course, you'd be muscled out of the competition.
It came and went out within a very short time. Could we say that because of the rates, or they didn't have a sustainable business model that actually pushed them out? Is that what DStv or MultiChoice is guarding against? So we should put all of this in perspective. Let's look at the historical issues, where what happened in the past and how we've gotten here. I think that the minister should actually tone down. That's what I think. I think he should employ more diplomatic ways in resolving this issue. Look, he's made very cogent points. The dollar itself is depreciated against the cedi over the last couple of months. That's true. Inflation is coming down. I don't know the relationship of DStv rates to inflation, because I'm not too sure if subscription to DStv is included in the basket of goods that determines the inflation rate at any point in time. I'm not too sure whether DStv is in there. And because for a lot of Ghanaians, I think probably us in the urban areas have issues. But I mean, you go to a rural place, I'm sure one DStv subscription in a communal place will suffice for people who want to watch necessarily football. We'll get the opportunity to watch. I think that what we need to do in this area is to call the stakeholders. But you see, then again, one other thing I need to mention is that, look, I would have loved the minister engaging DStv and Multi within a certain framework.
Okay.
within a certain framework. Because what is our consumer protection laws? What are they saying? And where can we situate the situation in there? What is our competition law saying? Not too long ago, I remember when Honorable Issah Owusu-Ekufu was at the ministry. There was a time when they had to do something because one of the mobile telephony companies was actually so dominant in the market. Their prices was going to determine what others will also charge. So they had to come in with some anti-competition law, protection to the other companies just to ensure that the sector remains competitive enough to accommodate other players. It included the issue of licenses on, I think, the 5G network and all of that. All of that was taken into consideration. I will be happy if the minister, Honorable Sam George, is able to situate this within that framework. That gives him some level of support as well to ensure that he's able to push these rates down. Much as it's in our interest, there's also the flip side. If you're fighting DStv publicly like this, I don't see how another company is going to find this environment and friendly enough to bring in their investment to ensure that we have other services. And it would not be limited to just TV subscriptions. You never know what other investors are doing and how they're going to view this and how this is going to even affect ultimately the business environment within Ghana and our attraction of foreign direct investments. Given what the US is doing now, it is not the time for us to also be putting barriers into investors coming in this environment. I think that we have tried and we have operated a free market system. Albeit, yes, even in a free market system, as we have done, there has to be some checks and balances. But if we bring the discussion or the argument in public like this from its initiation, then it's difficult. If the minister had not actually, I believe that if the minister had not actually started this publicly like this, there were channels that were open to him that he could open. There are other, I mean, he goes to cabinet. I am sure he has colleagues within government who could also chip in some experiences here and there. And they could resolve these things behind closed doors, even before it comes to public. But once this matter is public, then it becomes a standoff.
Right.
Now, it is multi-choice against the minister or multi-choice against Ghana. Either way, it is not helpful. I think that we should find cool heads. We should go back to the table and be able to resolve this matter by Wednesday, so that on Sunday I get to watch Liverpool beat Crystal Palace and to start off a very good season for the Reds.
Very well, Honorable.